So when we first decided to purchase a remote property, I had to get in the wintertime. We wanted to be a four-season recreational property. So initially started out as to buy basically a tool to get in here. A snowmobile was just a tool. It wasn't considered a sport or recreation. And not long until I realized that snowmobiling is a load of fun. With my background, motorsports, racing background, it quickly evolved into, much more fun than actually just a tool. So in the wintertime, it's challenging getting in here. I have to be aware of the lakes being frozen. There's a trail system that primarily I use. I'm often breaking trail to get in here with my gear and equipment. It's narrow. I do not come in here with a chainsaw. It's just part of remote recreation. Again, there's lakes, there's trails, trees to contend with. It can be challenging getting here. You need the right machine to get in here. I ended up choosing a 600 Renegade Sport, which had a longer track than a conventional trail machine, which aided in flotation. I knew I was going to have to do some modifications to it. As it's still a trail machine, I needed to work on flotation and getting in here, as well as having the sport side of fun. So I increased the flotation on the Renegade by switching out my OEM skis to a DS2, a deep snow ski, and I changed out the track to a 16-inch, 1 inch wider than the OEM 15 Camoplast track with a larger lug as well. Upgraded to a Stage 4 Elka shock, the two in the front as well as the two in the skid, to keep up with my spirited, more aggressive trail riding. I require a lower gear ratio for deep snow riding and hauling a toboggan for utility. Got it down to about a 20-minute timeline where I actually switch out the gearing, pop the chain case cover off, switch out the gears. That's what originally caught my eye with the Expedition. It's got the high and low range as well as the performance. What really caught my interest in the Expedition Xtreme was it would satisfy my needs for utility machine with deep snow capabilities, gathering wood, yet have trail performance that would satisfy my need for speed. So a friend of mine, Vern, introduced me to the machine and thought it would be a great machine for my use, as he knows what I've done to the Renegade, and Vern gave me the sled for a couple of weeks to get used to it. It's an amazing machine, the fact that it's so versatile. I figured with the high and low gear and the 20-inch wide track with the 154, it's going to be a great workhorse. That didn't surprise me. But what shocked me was how well-mannered and what a great performance machine this was on a groomed trail. Or even when the trails get rough and in need of grooming, the shock package just worked flawless for what's originally a workhorse. For a utility machine, you're always strapping, whether it's gas cans down or chainsaws, saws, etc. The Expedition Xtreme has almost unlimited room back there and options with the link system to strap accessories on. With a utility sled, often they put a fan-cooled motor in them. Often a utility sled is stopped at idle. Typically a liquid-cooled machine won't cool without a fan. And that's the great thing about the Expedition Xtreme. With a radiator, you can truly use it as a utility machine. Stop, idle, get your work done, hop back on, and carry on. Whereas with my Renegade, I have to shut it off. It'll overheat. I found with the Expedition, there was really no limitations. I felt much more confident heading out into areas which I would be a little nervous with a shorter, narrower track. Very confidence-inspiring off-trail machine in deep snow. After all the work's done around here, I like to get out and play. What's amazing is from a standstill, you grab a handful of throttle The 154-20-inch track, the traction's unbelievable, and it just lifts the skis, and they won't set down in the snow for about 60 or 70 feet. The power is unbelievable. The machine really surprised me of how well-mannered it was in fast corners. It held its line. I was expecting an understeer with the big track in the back. The handling characteristics, along with the match to the 850 E-Tech, is a great trail machine. You can keep up with your buddies on their MXZs or Renegades, no problem. It performs beyond my expectations compared to a machine that I had to modify to meet my expectations. I've always loved my Renegade, and I think I found my my next machine.
If you like what you've just seen, click the subscribe button and comment below. And make sure you check out all of our great videos on SnowTrax TV's YouTube channel.